Let's be honest, you want to rent a car from someone who'll see you right. So here's a few reasons to put Omega Rental Cars top of your list. Do we have a modern fleet, all fully checked and ready to roll?
Yes, we do.
Do we offer keen prices, unlimited Ks, and free additional drivers?
Yes, you do.
And do we support New Zealand motorsport because we love cars? And maybe to look a bit flash.
Yes, you do.
There you go. Omega Rental Cars, your upfront and honest car rental company.
And a very good afternoon to you. Welcome to live coverage of the Brian Green Property Group New Zealand Rally Championship. We are in the sunny Hawke's Bay, the traffic safe New Zealand Rally Hawke's Bay, round 4 of our 2026 championship. And we are at the business end of what has been a challenging day for everyone. Talbridge joined by NZRC regular Andy Martin. Andy, it's been a difficult day with obviously stages being lost due to slips and whatnot from the weather last weekend, and then an issue with timing this morning. We've lost another stage, so it all comes down to 2 stages, 2 passes through this test where we're at, the famous Mohaka coach stage. We've driven through it. We're about 2/3 of the way through a 17K long stage. Tell us a little bit about this stage.
Well, driving through this morning starts off on a tarmac stretch. A couple of the boys were mentioning last night it's not the ideal way to start a stage when you potentially overheat your tyres if you try too hard, but then you wind up through a bit of a hill, through some forestry, and then it opens out to some very, very fast flat roads, and then where we're sitting is through another bit of forestry, which is some sort of tight twisties, and then it flows off from us and heads its way down the hill. So a stage that's got a bit of everything. The drivers obviously get to do this stage twice, so it'll be interesting to see how the boys go and how the times progress through the first and second pass.
Let's have a look at some of those classifications at the end of the completed stages so far. It's Jack Hawkswood, one of our championship protagonists, that has a pretty commanding lead, a 30.8 second lead over Robbie Stokes. Jack Stokes a further 2.9 seconds back, so the Stokes boys separated by less than 3 seconds. Surely, if we don't see something go wrong with Jack Hawkswood in these last 2 stages, we're going to see some team orders. There's been a lot of chat about it, but surely today it makes sense, doesn't it, for Robbie and Jack to turn it over?
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, we just saw Jack interviewed at the service park before, and he said he's sort of not going to try any heroics, and he's got a lot of time up his sleeve. The interesting thing with the Stokes boys in the last time stage, they had exactly the same time through 27 kilometres of special stage, so quite incredible, separated by nothing. So everyone's pushing. But yeah, I think Jack Stokes will, if he's going to do anything, he needs to fire up in this one, and it'll be interesting to see how we go. But he also mentioned that it's his first rally, really sort of twisty, sort of tight, sort of rallying in the R5 car. So he's really coming to grips with that. Jack Hawkswood's done a fair bit more of these type of rallies in those cars. So Jack's leading the way, and she's going to be a great fight to the end.
It certainly is. There are some of those stunning shots from the drone. The Lucas Ramsey. Now, I was getting this wrong, wasn't I? Contracting.
Lucas Ramsey contracting. Yep, he'll shoot us if we don't get it right this time.
So big thanks to him, and we'll look forward to seeing that throughout the internet. Now, we're going to throw back to an interview from last night. So we put Timmy Smith to work, and he caught up with one of our NZRC contenders that's not actually competing this weekend, but is here.
Cars and everyone going over the ramp, and I've seen a driver that isn't actually on the entry list. James McIver. What are you doing here?
Yes, we've come up to do the recce this weekend. Unfortunately, we'd like to be competing, but nonetheless, the roads look really cool. So hopefully, we'll be checking out the Waihi stage tomorrow. Have a look. You've got a bit of itchy feet, but hopefully, we'll just made some good notes, practice riding, and hopefully, we can come back next year and give it a crack.
So, what are the benefits of doing recce this year? Looking forward to next year, is there a benefit to this, or what's the plan for that?
Yeah, so for me, I'm pretty new to riding notes, and I've only really done it once, so I just wanted to get as many sort of practice recce's as possible in preparation for next year. So being there's no South Island rallies left that are notes the rest of the year, we thought it'd be a good opportunity to come north and get some experience riding notes on these roads, and then in preparation for next year. So yeah, looking forward to it, hopefully.
So is there a big change when it comes to the notes from the South Island to the North Island? Numbers are different, obviously, but does it feel different?
Yeah, definitely different. Obviously at Southland it was much faster compared to what the roads were here today. So yeah, it was a bit busier. Matt had to tell me to slow down a few times, so a lot more threes and a lot less sevens. So, but yeah, no, let's look at really cool roads. So hopefully we can do it again next year.
Well, looking forward to seeing you next year, mate. Go for it.
Cheers.
So good to see Timmy Smith doing some work last night. Look at those spectacular shots from up above. Some big drops, Andy. To be honest, I don't think we're talking about challenging pieces of road where you're going to see cars going off there, but if something was to go wrong, they are some serious drops.
There are some serious drops, but also, as we saw on our way through, there's some cuts there that you definitely wouldn't want to take. Big drains in the inside. It's actually a tricky bit of road in parts, but yeah, they'll be watching their way through that really tight, twisty stuff. That's for sure, and looking forward to these open, fast bits.
So the last stage that was completed was the power stage. So that one obviously went to Jack Hawkeswood. So 5 points in the bank for Jack Hawkeswood. Jack and Robbie Stokes tied for second. They had the exact same time. Now don't ask me who gets what there. There's obviously an advantage there. I think I heard it's a point advantage for Jack Hawkeswood. So I'm guessing Jack Stokes and Robbie Stokes both get 4 points today.
I assume so. Yeah, it's probably hasn't happened before. So
someone smarter than me can figure that
absolutely.
out. As Quentin Palmer is obviously still going well. They had that great start to the day where he was quicker than the Stokes boys on the opening stage, but the Skodas stretching their legs, the two Stokes Motorsport Skoda Fabia Rally 2s stretching their legs and getting past Quentin Palmer on that previous stage. So Quentin holding down fourth spot as it is in the NZRC standings, and Grant Blackberry, the hometown boy, putting his best foot forward in the Mitsubishi, doing a great job. We will give you a little bit of a look-see at some highlights from this morning. Here are some shots from the opening stage. So there's some action footage there from the opening stage of the day. We got through most of the field. Last handful of cars having to get assessed times through that one after an incident. Nelson Law coming to grief at the end of the stage. Went through the flying finish and then had an incident afterwards. Nasty crash, but good to see both he and co-driver all okay. Just getting checked out. Some bumps and bruises, no doubt, Andy, after a fairly nasty crash.
Yeah, it was good to catch up with him at the end of the stage and see that he was okay. Obviously a little bit sore around the rib department, but yeah, good to see those boys, in good form. So, yeah, hell of a shame though. I mean, obviously you get to the end of a stage and that's the time you're sort of backing off and you can lose some concentration. So, something's obviously caught him out there and he just sort of hit the bank and then popped them over the other side of the road. So. All part of the fun in this sport, unfortunately, at times.
There's a big thanks to those partners on screen. You can see there, Brian Green Property Group, naming right partners of our 2026 championship, as they have been for a long, long time. MRF, the control tyre of our championship. Omega Rental Cars, Cream Insurance, Elevate Digital Assist helping us out as well. Anita on the socials. If you do have a question or a comment, feel free to bang it there on the Facebook comment section, and Anita will do her best to flick them on to us. Also, as I said, thanks to Lucas Ramsey Contracting for providing all the drone coverage, which is so spectacular at this event and this stage in particular, this Mahaka coach stage. And I can tell you that Zero car is in stage. We do have a little bit of time before we're going to see first car. Hayden Patton, non-championship entrant, first on the road, leading the all-comers field in the rally, not surprisingly, and he's a couple of minutes away from starting the stage. So I reckon it'll take, what do you think, we're, let's say, 11 Ks maybe through the stage. It's going to take best part of 8 or 9 minutes maybe for him to get here.
I'd say so.
There is some twisty stuff in this one. This will certainly test out some of the older generation cars.
It will, and we're actually starting with a few less cars too, Budgie. We're 7 cars down, unfortunately, and one of those cars, sort of based on seating sort of numbers, Richard Mason, who was showing everyone that he hasn't lost greatness and the ability to throw one of these cars around some gravel road. So he had an overheating problem going into the last service, so he's out. Dean Bewis did a clutch, which is unfortunate, but what that means is Ben Harding in the Classics and the RX-7 is leading that class, and he's really come on this year. He's driving the car beautifully, and it would be great to see him get a good solid result. Nelson Law, we've mentioned. Brent Taylor, he's had another mechanical. It sounds like might have dropped a cylinder, according to Davey Neal. So that's a hell of a shame because he was driving well. And then we've got Rodney James in the MR2, Elliot Miller and a Mitzi Lancer, and yeah, that's the list basically. So 6 cars down actually, and there goes the 0 car now. So we'll be counting down to Mr. HP Patton showing us how it's all done.
So I might have just overestimated how long it might take for cars to get here, because that car was at time control not that long ago. I think it would have been 8 minutes since it took off. So
there's a lot of those big straights, Budgie, isn't there, coming through to where we're sitting. So
and it'll be a little bit quicker than that.
A little
bit of a shout out to the Toyota GR Yaris Rally Cup cars. Toby Price, Will Menzies doing a good job. Both of those cars. Price with a 40-second advantage over Will Menzies. Will debuting the car. It's overall car debut at this rally as well. 6th and 7th overall in the NZRC through the day so far. So, yeah, going to pick up a good haul of points if they can safely navigate these last couple of stages. Jackson Clendon, great to see him back in the championship as well, leading the NZRC two-wheel drive class, doing a fantastic job there. Just 5 seconds separating him and Ben Harding, as you say, in the overall two-wheel drive battle, which is a fantastic scrap. That is something to keep an eye on over the last couple of stages. Ben Harding leading that historic class, as you said. The classic class, as you said. Andy, Josh Keeley doing a nice job. He's next in line, leading both the Group A Challenge class and second to Grant Blackberry in the Rally Challenge four-wheel drive class. And Josh Silcock in the Rally Challenge two-wheel drive, rounding out the top 15 overall. That's all comers, including Hayden Patton and the like. Hayden with a 56-second advantage over Jack Hawkswood in that overall all-comers field.
That's a great drive from Josh Silcock too. Boy, he's come on. He's a talented young driver, that guy. He's got a good future, and Good to see him getting a good solid result here today.
Absolutely. So not too far away from seeing the first car on the road. Be Hayden Padden. I understand he is in the stage. Thanks to Chris Sport for the fantastic job that they do. And a little bit of a shout out to Chris Parker, man behind Chris Sport, who did a whole lot of technical work. Don't ask me to try and explain it, to try and make sure that we were getting this data that we capture from the RallySafe units, the way RallySafe works, confusing with the change in itinerary at the last minute, some data issues there, and Chris Sport doing a fantastic job to keep this rally afloat effectively. So we understand Hayden on approach, so we're going to see him any tick of the clock. Those drone shots, you can see our camera position in the foreground there, right in the middle of the shot. See the van, Volt TV crew. Cameras all across this piece of land. There we go, thank you. Give you a bit of a wave. You see me through the window maybe. There we go.
God, it's perfect weather, but isn't it? You couldn't ask for better. A little bit of breeze out there still, so dust doesn't seem to have been an issue for the boys today. So
yeah, feels like a summer's day, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. Got up to 24 degrees here at one stage, so yeah, good.
It was a little bit cooler at 4 o'clock this morning when we were exiting the motel. So
it was.
Trek up to the Wairoa region. So these two passes, and they're going to do them basically one after the other. It'll literally go out of this one, spin back around, and come back to the start and do it all over again. So we'll stick with it one live stream. I think that's the plan. Roll through the cars, you'll see them twice, and then a very quick service back in Wairoa, and they head back to Napier for the ceremonial finish. And yes, the cars have got to get there all the way back. So Hayden Padden at the 6k mark at this stage. We'll see how good my math is.
He can't be far away.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be too far away. Maybe another 60 seconds or so. Perhaps a bit more.
Yeah, so these guys probably twice in the stage on the bits of road that we went through. They'll be in top gear, full necker, probably doing about 186 k's. I think Hayden's car does, sort of full swing. So some of those older cars that have got longer legs might manage to catch a bit of time up there, but through this tight, twisty stuff, these R5 cars are pretty impressive.
I mean, we talked about the big drops and the danger of, obviously something going astray there. It'd take a little bit. Most of these guys are pretty competent peddlers, but it's some of the drains and the cuts that you might otherwise look at trying to be a bit greedy. If you get too greedy, there are some logs in there, the odd stones, some big bits of the road that have sort of cut away. You've got to be a bit careful, yeah? You
do. I'd say the boys will have that well cautioned in their notes from Ricky yesterday. But yeah, the natural line, you definitely want to cut some of these corners, and we saw 2 or 3 that my ute certainly didn't want to cut, so we kept it a bit wide and on track. So, no, they'll love this stage. There's a bit of everything. It's the perfect rally stage. So, looking forward to seeing Hayden come through any moment, I'd say.
One thing that we did notice is in places some quite thick gravel, much thicker than what we saw on the opening stage.
Yeah, well, there's a bit of everything. As I say, we start off on the tarmac, then it's hard packed gravel with not a lot of gravel there, hard surface, and then into some loose stuff. So there's a bit of everything on the stage.
So just looking at the speeds, at the 7k mark, he's travelling at 120 k's an hour. At the 7.5k mark, 64 k's an hour. There he is. First car on the road. So Hayden Padden, the only man from the Southern Hemisphere to win a WRC event. Held off Sebastian Ogier in that final stage at Argentina years ago.
Using all the road there. Nice lines. One of Hayden's special talents is pretty much having that car set up well before the next corner and even the corner after, so he's thinking that far ahead, and that's why he gets to carry so much speed. Well, that's talent, isn't it? I should say. But his notes are certainly very, very detailed, and Jared Hudson will have a dry mouth at the end of this stage.
You can see there, look at the hugging the inside of that corner. There are some massive drops. You do not want to let it get away on you. She'd be a long trip to the bottom, I would think.
Yes, I remember doing some work with notes on Hayden, and I said, what do you put when you have a big drop? Don't go wide. And he goes, I'll just drive it like a normal corner. It's of course you do. Of course you do. But no, he doesn't back off for anything. This boy is fabulous to watch.
So phenomenal talent. Hayden Padden disappearing into the distance. You can see the cars for a long, long time. Must be not far away from seeing Jack Stokes, so we'll try and switch back. Here he is, Stokes Motorsports Skoda Fabia Rally 2 Championship leader, but he's got some work to do, currently third overall. He's got his brother a couple of seconds up the road in front of him. That one will be a little bit easier to get to. There's some team tactics potentially.
He drives pretty straight, Jack. He's nice and tidy and get some good times in the bank. He won't want to be doing anything too crazy, but he'll also be conscious that if he does want to have a crack at Jack, he needs to do it now. So,
yeah, it's going to have to be a pretty big performance in here, you'd think, to give himself a chance of chasing Hawkswood down.
It's a big chunk, all right, but a puncher, a spin, and it can all change, can't it?
Oh, it is nowhere near enough to put the money in the bank. Hawkswood's got a lot of work to do in order to make sure he claims his second victory of the championship. That would really level things up. 2 wins apiece if it stays as is. Here is
Jacko.
Virtual Equipment Toyota Yaris 2 Rally 2 car of Jack Hawkswood.
Quite a distinctive sound, the old Toyotas. He's driving that well.
Foot wrong today.
No.
Just on the eye test, it looks quicker. I reckon there was a less of a gap.
The iometer, it does look a little quicker.
I have been proven wrong at times, but your eye was good in the first stage. We doubted you.
It's pretty to watch this, isn't it? We should just shut up and watch the camera. It's beautiful, beautiful.
Massive shout out to Joe on the drone as
yeah,
well.
Drone's mint.
Lucas Ramsey contracting drone. Quite the audience reminding me about just how to word that. We do appreciate his support. Look at these shots.
Great
spectacular. So we'll keep you up to date with times as we get them. Here is Robbie Stokes now. Stokes Motorsports Skoda Fabia Rally 2.
He looks like he's trying to touch harder there. It'll be interesting, Budgie, to see what happens if they go into the last stage and Robbie's ahead of Jack, whether they sort of have Stokes Motorsport tactics. I would assume they will to ensure that Jack Stokes can take maximum points.
Well, we've talked about it. There's been speculation all season long about will we see team tactics come into play, and really, if we're ever going to see it, this is the perfect scenario as it stands. Now, obviously, there's a fair bit of rallying still to get through, but if we exit this stage with results as they started, with Robbie in second and Jack Stokes in third, you'd think they'd play the long game here and let them swap over.
Absolutely. I mean, you've got 2 former champions and fathers here, so there's a lot of pride and bragging rights at stake. So great families of New Zealand motorsport, the Hawkswoods and Stokeses. So yeah, fantastic to see such a decent battle going head to head.
This guy's in for another good result as well. Quentin Palmer with the Skoda Fabia Rally 2 cars. Tell you what, Robbie's not backing it off yet though. Fastest to the 5k split.
He definitely looked like he was trying to touch harder, didn't he?
Chris Grant's trying to send me imagery of the splits. You're asking a lot of my very challenged eyes at the moment.
Quentin having a nice run through. He actually prefers the tighter stuff than the fast stuff, so this really definitely will suit his style more, but yeah, he's just got better and better with his car.
So holding down 4th spot, he'd love to have had a little bit more in that last stage to really find himself in a podium situation if he was to finish 4th. It makes that championship title scenario a little bit more challenging for him. He needs multiple drivers to have a rough event over the last 2.
He's put a great season together and great package together this year. Quentin, he's just driven sensibly, got to know the car, bagged the points, and it's good to see.
Jack Hawkswood back in front at the 10k split, so it is blow for blow at the moment. This is Zeal Jones, so we've seen, as you touched on, Richard Mason disappear. Overheating issue in that car. Real shame, because he was going great.
Zeal flying the old school Safari flag here. Great little peddler, Zeal. God, he's good. He's obviously had a lot of experience overseas, and yeah, he's a fast driver. Awesome kid. So it's good to see him back out on the stages in New Zealand and having a good red hot crack.
There's not a lot in the way of straights in this little piece of road. It looks at from a distance on certain angles, you think, oh, there's a little straight there, but look at all the little kinks even on that little piece of road.
Busy. Definitely
You're
busy.
Always on it. Great shots from the drone. should be the first of our Toyota GR Yaris Rally Cup cars next. Aussie superstar, Toby Price.
What if Grunter, Blackberry?
Oh, it might be Grant Blackberry first, excuse me, you did right too.
A good local, here he comes, Grunter.
Picked that well, thank you.
Knows these roads, knows how to drive fast. Great peddler, always on the case, and he started the day super hot, didn't he? Some of those bigger straights suited this car, so it's got long legs, but might be harder work, or definitely will be harder work in this tighter stuff rather than the R5 cars, which are a lot more nimble.
Certainly, well, second quickest overall in the first stage this morning, and a little more challenging as the roads get a bit tighter, but he knows these roads well. On for a great result. This will really help his championship scenario. So now it'll be Toby Price. Himself a little excited about seeing these GR Yaris Rally Cup cars. Two of them in the field this weekend. Toby Price and William Menzies. They're line astern in terms of the standings. Had a couple of cars in between in terms of running order.
Yeah, good to see William having a nice clean run. I looked through a couple of interviews earlier in the day, and he's trying a few setup changes here and there, and just getting used to the car, driving sensibly. But this will be Toby's second event in the car, and he's a competitor. This guy, he's a hell of a nice guy, and good to see him driving this car so well.
Yeah, whispers are we'll see it at Whangarei. Wonder who'll be behind the wheel of it.
Watch the space. Is it kind of that deal, is it?
I think so, yeah. I'm hearing some whispers.
Oh, very good, very good.
Certainly a popular addition to the championship. So great to see two of them in action this weekend. There's three completed. Some more in progress. The Force Motorsport boys working some long hours to get William Menzies' car ready for this event. I think they're happy to take a little bit of a breather here at Whangarei.
The tubes will be taste well tonight, I'd say.
Yeah, I would say so. So we should see Josh Keeley next.
Yeah, well, Josh, he was let off the hook. The last stage they had some issues with the timing there, so that stage was not counted. So that meant that his time didn't count. He'd lost 3 minutes changing a tyre, so he's back in the fight. Josh, he's a hell of a good young fella and great peddler, and gives it his all.
I don't think anyone will begrudge him a little bit of luck. Hasn't had a whole lot of fortune this year. He's outside of his control astray, but continues to impress if we see him on the wheel of this car. So times coming through from the stage. Jack Hawkswood has been quicker than Jack Stokes by 9.8 seconds.
Wow.
So Hawkswood continues to march towards what would be a win number 2 for the season, number 3 overall. One stage separating him from that feat and really tightening the screws in this championship battle. Just waiting for Robbie Stokes' time to come through.
It's William, I'd say. Yep.
So second of the GR Yaris Rally Cup cars. You can see the excitement in his voice, hear the excitement in his voice. Pretty pleased with the package that he's got here.
Yeah, it was nice through there. Get the hang of it.
Right, Robbie Stokes quicker than Hawkswood, but by 0.2 of a second, so nothing between them. It really won't change a whole lot in the overall standings, other than just eke that gap out between the two Stokes brothers. So that out over 10 seconds, well over 10 seconds now.
It'll be interesting to see what happens in the last stage.
What do they do? 12.9 seconds, so, best part of 13 seconds is the difference.
Yeah.
30 seconds up the road, 30.6 seconds up the road, Hawkswood from Robbie Stokes. Don't think would see, unless there's a drama, don't think we'll see them.
He's looking pretty good.
How do you play that? Like, in terms of making that change?
You just have to keep driving to a certain pace, take no risks, and Jack drives with a pretty mature head these days. He's just getting better and better, and he won't be doing anything crazy. He'll just sort of nice and tidy, and but at a certain pace, because if he backs off too much, that's when things can go pear-shaped.
I'm thinking for Robbie here. If Robbie if they're going to play team orders, and Robbie's going to hand second place to his brother, you don't want to be committed to doing that entering this stage without knowing that you may who knows what happens with Hawkswood. Hawkswood could have puncher or anything.
Yep.
So presumably they finished the stage on pace, and then with that last service, clock out a little bit late or something and take some time penalties to manufacture the result, maybe.
All will be revealed, and
I'm looking forward to it. There's been so much discussion about it all year, all the speculation, and the Stokes crew very coy on it.
Yeah.
Very professional outfit. I don't think anyone would begrudge them for pulling team orders here.
No,
I think we'd all understand. And
absolutely.
so Julian Longley, that was. We passed. And now
Here comes
into Jackson Clendon. Looks like he's on the charge too. He's not putting it up. Q on the rack and taking a comfortable victory in his class. He's pressing on. So just getting some more times through. Quentin Palmer beat Jack Stokes by 1.6 seconds. So Palmer back on the
Quentin on the pace.
Song again.
So I'm just wondering if Jackson had a problem there and Julian overtook him, mate, because I'm pretty sure he was
supposed to start
in front of him. So what might have been a little issue there. We'll see on the timing.
Well, I had William Menzies in front of behind Julian Longley from the start list point of view.
Right.
So it was Menzies, then Longley, then Clendon. So here is Dean
He's
Fewest.
got Dino. He's obviously got his clutch fixed. Good to see. The master.
Bartels be sitting here waiting for us to make some comment
He'd
about
be
it.
frothing, wouldn't he? Listen to that BDA come down the road. Yeah, he gets a bit juiced up, doesn't he, old BB, with the BBs and the BDs.
Certainly does.
Yeah, old Dean, he's just a master, this boy. He nice and tidy, and he's fast and committed, and he's got a great memory. And for someone that doesn't do recce, always turns it on.
We're just waiting for Josh Silcock. He should be next. Another of these impressive youngsters. Boy, the Silcock boys are having a year, aren't they?
They're having a great year. Good to see. And had a bit of a chat to their father, John, just before, and he's so proud. And says, "Oh, Josh hasn't had a heap of time in this car, but he's certainly committed and getting some good results and some good giant killing performances. So we'll see a lot more of him going forward, I'm sure."
Yeah, this is a guy that's got a big future in the sport. There.
Keeping the thing moving.
Yeah, the momentum is so key.
You don't want to slow them down too much, otherwise it takes you an hour to get them going. But once you've got them moving, these cars, they're pretty impressive.
So Julian did start the stage in front of Jackson. It was
okay.
I thought it was Menzies that might have been and Julian that were out of order, but smarter minds than me figured this stuff out. No one else seems to be worried about it.
Absolutely.
So we should have seen Nelson Law in this space, but obviously he went out earlier in the day.
Well, I think we'll be seeing Ben Harding should be up next.
Charlie Evans, maybe?
Oh, Charlie, yep.
So non-championship contender. Charlie has been a regular in the championship over the years, not entered this year. Good to see him back in that battle at some point. Might have a post interview as we see post-stage interview as Charlie goes past. And let's catch up with Jack Stokes, our championship leader at the end of this special stage.
Gosh, it's so busy.
I'm sure we're getting that audio.
Almost like Coromandel, just turning, and lots of gravel as well, which just makes it even harder. But that's why we do it. Good challenge.
Awesome, mate. Thank you.
Hopefully you heard that at home. I couldn't hear it, but fingers crossed you were hearing that. Jack Stokes still with a smile on his face as we see Ben Harding.
Ben and his daughter Charlotte. So cool to see father and daughter rallying. It's yeah. So I feel very envious seeing a father out there with his daughter, being a dad of three. Benny's got 4 daughters, so man, he's had a good season, and he'll be loving turning it on in front of his family and mates in his local rally. Good to see.
He would be on the short list, I would think, for MRF Driver of the Rally. He'd be right in that battle. There's a few contenders, admittedly. There they are, beautiful MRF signs.
Well, it's any-time you beat Dean Bewis in a classic car, you're on it. So yeah, good to see.
So Brent Taylor did hold this spot on the roads, but we know that he had some dramas.
Engine's dropped its lunch by the sounds of it, which is a shame. But
so we won't see him, which is unfortunate. So Dave Strong should be next. Dave's the only entrant in the open two-wheel drive class. Looking to bag a few extra points while some of the rivals skip this round. There is the drop-around situation obviously at play, which just plays a little bit of muck with the championship point scenario as we see Dave come into shot. It's not your standard Jazz.
400 and something horsepower of it. It's a beast of a car.
I don't think Nana would need all of that going down to the grocery shopping on Sunday.
Good Honda V6 power. It's good to see him have this car sorted in it now, and he's driving it really well, and just getting faster and faster. So he'd have to have the record for doing the most events in a year, I reckon. Dave Strong. He certainly enjoys his rallying, and yeah, good to see.
So lovely aerial shots. Thanks to Lucas Ramsey contracting.
You got that one right this time, Budgie. That's good to be happy.
Think about it each time. Got to get it right because Dad's about to come around the corner. He'll be the next car that we see. Chris Ramsey, officially known as Rambo to everyone.
He hasn't done much this year, Rambo, but this is a bit of a shakedown for his favourite event, the Silver Fern. Here he comes in the Millington-powered Corolla. Quite a bit of kit, this car. Beautifully engineered and built by Chris, and he just loves his rallying.
Deb was watching on the live stream earlier. Shout out if there again. Oops. Oh, we put the mocker on him. He's just kissed the inside of the bank there.
Better that side of the road than the other.
Yep. Oh, don't go too far, Rambo.
Yeah.
That just cost him a little bit of time.
Listen to that thing scream. Hopefully he hasn't clocked a little puncher on the inside tyre, but good to see him going again, and not too much drama. He's having a good run actually, Rambo. He's always smiling, isn't he, when he's rallying, so good to see him having a good day.
Yeah, crew will be watching on the live stream. Shout out to them.
It's Dan Haynes from...
Chuckle at a little indiscretion.
Dan from Tauranga.
He's charging hard too, isn't he?
He is.
That's all that.
Yeah, well, escorts are made for these roads, aren't they? Just scanny, one corner, one way to the next, and he's got a sequential gearbox on this one, so he won't have as much arm pump as the other boys and like Dean Bewis pulling gears, but yeah, nice and tidy and getting the job done as Dan.
So we might just have another little sneaky look at Chris Ramsey's little indiscretion from a moment ago. Let's take a look. Tim was watching on the live stream earlier.
He was just about to cut that corner, which was fine, and then just came into that one a little bit soon and a little spin, but got it going again.
Just turned in a little early, didn't he? Bradley Stewart now. This is ex-Malcolm Stewart car, I believe.
He's having a good drive too. He's going reasonably well up the leaderboard. Nice tidy drive in an Evo 4.
Yeah, nice and tidy. Lovely shots from the drone. It is such a spectacular day here. It is, I'm allowed to say stinking hot. It is, you would feel that we are in November, December, not...
The only thing missing is a cold beer in hand, Budgie.
Well, I have been dropping the hints to the Volt TV crew.
Yeah, it's got that feel about it.
If we could improve a couple of things, I'd say bacon buddies for the breakfast run and maybe some tubes for the afternoon.
Well, I did enjoy your jam pikelets, mate.
That was a good call, eh?
You shouldn't have pulled them out of the plastic packet, mate. Otherwise, I would have thought you cooked them this morning.
None of that. Right, this is Chris Gracie.
And Chris Gracie, he was going pretty good. He was up to 13th overall, seated 25. So that's a good shuffle up there.
Yeah. Up the 13th overall, I'm told now. Thanks, Chris Sport.
Yeah. So he's having a good day. Always an enjoyable day rallying when a plan comes together, isn't it?
Some hardy spectators have made the trek into the middle of the stage. There is a junction not too far up the road there. Did see a helicopter in as well, not the Hawkswood variety. Let's hear from Jack Hawkswood, actually. He is at the end of stage with Tim Smith. It is coming, I promise you. Jack Hawkswood with one hand on a rally win, a much needed rally win. Gets himself back in the title. Here he is. He's having a chat to Timmy Smith.
Thanks, mate.
Okay, we might have some issues there.
McCray Sloper just came past us on the BMW. He certainly puts it all out there and always performs very, very well. Here comes Jack now, by the looks.
This is Jack. Take a moment to get that helmet off.
You're 14.8 faster than Jack in there. That's an amazing time.
Shit, was I? Well, I'd like to tell you that we were erring on the side of caution, but just incredibly challenging stage through there. Just so much gravel on the road. So narrow, so tight, so easily could make a mistake and, the rally would be over. We weren't pushing, we were just trying to, get through and just quietly chip away.
Good week, mate. Thank you.
So there he is, Jack Hawkswood. Very happy, I would think, after getting through the penultimate test and adding to that advantage.
He looked like he'd been working there, didn't he? 16.9 kilometres a stage, but you're working for a lot of that. A little bit of a breather on the straights, but certainly tight and twisty in parts. So
should be Cam McKay. Is it? Yes, it is.
Starlet.
Feels like there was quite a gap. Always watch when there's a gap. Two cars in quick succession potentially. Just missed the start. Let's go back to interstage interviews. We'll hear from Quinton Palmer now, who's having a great day, 4th overall.
Quinton, you're 3rd overall at the moment, mate. You're looking really well. Are you going to hold that together?
Well, we'll hope so. We'll see how we go. But, good fun in that one. That was awesome fun.
You're going to do this stage again, so you reckon it's going to sweep up really well?
Yeah, it should.
So Roger Mackay, championship
entrance.
Also
with being heavy gravel, but
podium
it should be definitely better than next.
Cool, mate. Thank you.
He will be. Second. Ben Harding and
be probably Roger's best result in the classic. So good to see him having a good day out. This car's just come back from a bit of Bert Bewis magic down at Palmside there, and he's having a great day.
He looks impressive in the eye test as well. Like it's been a clear improvement in speed. Looks a lot more committed. Getting to grips with the car. Peddler, experienced campaigner, but a rookie, would you believe it, in terms of the NZRC situation.
It's interesting to see some of those names on the rookie list, and I'd be challenging a few of them, I think, but I think I may have seen Derek Asen's name on there.
In terms of
a rookie
championship entry,
yes.
Yeah. You'd call him rookie anywhere else.
No.
So we should see Phil Macquarie next. He is our rally challenge, our historic leader, class leader. Had to do some work there. A little bit of an anomaly with the way that opening stage was halted.
It's probably good for him. Make him work a bit harder, and managed to get a bit of time back there. He's looking good past us.
He's given it some. Well, you had to, obviously.
Absolutely.
A bit of misfortune with the way that played out this morning, but had the bit between the teeth. Did a good job in the last stage to take back control of that class. Certainly has the outright speed to dominate it.
Oh.
Tell you what, the battle between the next two in that class is worth keeping an eye on too.
Yeah, looking good. Look at those shots, mate. Down the hill, beautiful. Nice lines. Be nice to be out there doing it, Budgie, to be honest.
It would, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So we should see the MR2 of Jeff Torkington, next. So non-championship entrant for Jeff Torkington.
And it looks like the other MR2 had retired earlier on, I think.
Yeah, I don't think it made it to us in the first stage, did it? There is Jeff, veteran driver these days. I won't be saying that.
Used to run in the championship in this car, and good to see him out there.
So Jeff makes his way past our vantage point. We will go back to end of stage interviews. It's Robbie Stokes who will be talking to Tim Smith at control.
Robbie, you're 0.2 faster than Jack Hawkesworth in there. That's a great run.
Oh, one over him for the day, I guess. Yeah, I suppose that's sweeping quite a lot. To say there's a lot of gravel in there is an understatement, but yeah. No, we just stayed in the lines and yeah, good fun.
Good work, mate.
You need to come do this rally, mate.
Oh, sure, that sounds good.
Good to have Timmy Smith at the end of our stages. So we see our next competitor making his way past us. That is Elliot Miller.
These old Robbie looked a bit like he'd been working through there too, doesn't it? Must be pretty twisty in parts. It's down past us, but good to see the old 240 RS. Always a good looking car, these, aren't they?
Including, excuse me. Elliot went out earlier, didn't he? So I was desperately trying to do some math then, which was a little bit of a challenge for someone who was Pukekohe High School educated. 4.4 seconds the difference between Mike Cameron and Pat Norris heading into the stage, with Mike holding down the advantage. Now those two, I'm telling you now, Mike has the bit between the teeth. He wants to finish on that second step of the podium.
Both these boys are Gold Star, aren't they? Which means they're 65 plus, is it correct?
They're both in that class.
Yeah. The Levo 3 sort of coming through for them.
So just saying, Chris Ramsey's off the road at 16k through the stage. Crew's okay. That's disappointing. So yeah, a little bit frustrating, unfortunately, there for the Ramsey crew. Yeah, everyone's okay though, but yeah, they were going good. Sort of come unstuck on the stage.
He was having a bit of a go, wasn't he? Hopefully, he didn't get a puncture when he sort of kissed that bank, and it might have deflated and made it a little bit hard to turn in somewhere. But
so we're getting down to the last handful of cars. Once again, massive thanks to our partners. MRF, the control tie, you can see on screen there, along with Brian Green Property Group New Zealand Rally Championship. Media rental cars, Cream Insurance, Elevate Digital Assist.
Sort of Peugeot coming through there.
Jonathan Lee. Obviously, thanks to Lucas Ramsey contracting. For his help on the drone.
Everyone's commenting on the gravel, weren't they? It was it was a big talking point. So
hearing that Rambo went off just before the finish.
Oh no!
Unfortunate.
He'll be shouting the bears tonight, then, by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
Three years, buddy.
Next song.
Yep, nice little Impreza.
Beautifully presented car, isn't it?
I love it.
Some possible livery from some of those Australian Rally Championship era.
You can't beat a good old GC8.
Shape, I should say, and then the livery of the WRC style 555 backing. Is there more iconic sponsorship in world rallying through its history than that?
Oh, I don't think so. It's the old cigarette company, 555, weren't they? So people still flying the flag for them, unpaid.
So we're getting down towards the last couple. We should see NRX7, I think, of Andrew Tressida next. to that battle between Pat Norris and Mike Cameron.
Yeah, Mike Cameron and new machinery. Was that it? Must be a car that he had tucked away in the shed, which he's had to pull out because the old Lancer decided to cry enough. So it'll be a hell of a different car, a lot more power, and probably take a bit to get used to. But there's another RX-7.
There's Andrew Tressida.
Can't beat that sound. Hey, Clinky.
Where's Clinky?
Clinky's had a nice little trip overseas with his family, which is always awesome to see. And I hear the word on the street that we hopefully will see him in the North Island before the end of the year. So that'll be awesome to have the Clinkster back. He's a showstopper with all his cars actually. So I think he'll be bringing the RX-8 up north, which would be good to see.
Yeah, always a popular addition, isn't it? So now we see Steve Tressida, Mark 1 Escort. This is the first time he's competed in 30 years.
Related to the other one, I assume.
Yeah.
It's not a common name, is it? So that's pretty cool to see.
No names. Probably don't know them personally, so I can't categorically tell you that they're related. But
it's a tight little car, that Mark 1 too. The big bubble flares. Always good to see the old girls coming out there. Look at that.
Still pressing on pretty hard.
30 years, 30 years between drinks. It's good to see.
So I think we're going across to end of stage, and Will Menzies, who's an pretty excited prospect of driving this car of his. Having a little moment. So it'll be Ian Bell in the Corolla next. I think we might have Will Menzies ready to go this time round.
Can't have too many cars to... Oh, here we go as well.
Well, 7.9 down on Toby in the stage. What's the go there?
Just can't shift gears.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I don't know, it's just not changing down, so bit of a hard one to get around, so I had to use this funny thing on the left called the clutch. And no doubt the boys get it sorted, so yeah, just a bit. A little bit hard to keep in your rhythm when you can't change gears, but other than that, all good. Sweet as.
Thanks, mate.
So a little bit of frustration there. Unfortunately, teething issues for Toyota Yaris GR Rally Cup car. I'll get that figured out, I'm sure. So we see Ian Bell now.
Was part of the fun with the new car. There's always going to be little glitches here and there, but good to see him driving through and he's still enjoying himself, I'm sure.
It's again the last of our all-colours entrants. Two championship battlers in the historic class, Pat Norris and Mike Cameron. They are reversed in terms of the standings and what they are in the running order. It's Pat Norris we'll see first and then Mike Cameron, but as we said before, 4.4 seconds the difference. Unfortunately, Jeff Torkington has stopped in the stage, 14 k's through it. He's all okay, crew all okay there. So I'm not sure whether that is a technical issue or mechanical issue or whether it was his own doing. Right, here he is, Pat Norris.
Beautifully prepared A86.
Pat giving a little bit of a dance for the live stream crew.
Waggle the tail.
And there is a real battle here. Just 4.4 seconds between he and Mike Cameron.
Be bragging rights at the bar tonight, I'd say, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
Something to play for.
So I'm hearing that Pat is up 5.5 seconds on Mike at the 6k mark, which would put Pat Norris back into the class lead. So I think we might just stick with the live action for a moment. We'll hear from Toby Price very shortly. But this should be the last car coming through, and that would be Mike Cameron. Got his daughter Kelly alongside him this time round. She's a skydiving instructor down on the west coast, and I can't profess to know that myself. That was Chris Moore giving me a little bit of a heads up.
Well, that's a brave profession, isn't it? Maybe she wants to jump on the driver's seat at some stage and give it a go. Kick the old boy out.
Here they are.
There you go.
So I wonder how Mike will go in the tighter stuff. Looks like he's dropped a little bit of time.
They can be pretty potent, these Lancers. I was talking to Timmy Smith yesterday about Deb Kibble's car, and he said, man, when they come on, they can be a handful, but he's just sort of sensibly just driving it through and not getting it on the full boost to get the rear wheels spinning. So, yeah, getting through there nicely.
It certainly appears that this battle is going to come down to the final stage between our two historic battlers, Pat Norris, Mike Cameron. Right, as we pan out on the Lucas Ramsey contracting powered drone, we might get ready to go to the end of stage. We'll hear from Toby Price, the Australian superstar. He is pulling into control to have a chat to Timmy Smith.
Toby, how's the feeling, mate?
Yeah, that was quite slippery, so very damn busy in there. But yeah, I don't think I've done that many corners in the whole season, so it's yeah, no, been full gas, but yeah, hopefully we just kept it on the road. So yeah, this gravelly surface gets pretty exciting in the rear of this thing. So yeah, all in all, the car's in good shape, and yeah, me and Benny are having some fun. So we'll keep at it. We've got one more stage to go, so should be good.
Thanks, mate.
No worries, legends.
So there he is, Toby Price, Aussie star. Joined him second experience rallying across here in New Zealand. As that completes the first pass through this Mohaka coach stage, and it shouldn't be too long before we see the cars. So we'll try and stick with it. Try and get an update to see where Hayden Padden sits. He'll be the first car on the final pass through. So sort of two stages in one here. They're just going to roll them one after the other. I'm guessing to be a couple of minutes maybe delay before we get into the second run through. So let's have a look at some of the times while we wait for that. It's Jack Hawkswood and Jason Farmer leading this rally by 30.6 seconds over Robbie Stokes. A further 12.9 seconds back to Jack Stokes, as we all speculate and see what happens with those two over the next half hour or so. We might find our answer. Quentin Palmer holding down fourth place, and that's something to think about too. Quentin Palmer's not that far behind, so can ill afford to get this wrong, the Stokes team, if they are going to try and construct a certain result. Blackberry holding down fifth position overall. Great drive from Grunter in the Mitsubishi, the older generation car. And Toby Price and Will Menzies in 6th and 7th respectively. Jackson Clendon 8th in the Ford Fiesta two-wheel drive, front-wheel drive car. Ben Harding in 9th position. That's been a fantastic drive, and Josh Silcock rounding out the top 10. In the NZRC, it's been an impressive performance from some of those guys, Clendon, Harding and Silcock especially, the three of them putting their best foot forward. In terms of the overall rally, the all-comers field, it's Hayden Padden, no surprises there, in control of the field by a minute. 21.5 from Jack Hawkswood. Zeal Jones 7th overall, so he slots in behind Grant Blackberry ahead of the Toyota Yaris GR Rally Cup cars. So we lost a couple of competitors in this passing. And I understand that Hayden Padden is at control at the start of the stage, so might just jump off comms for a couple of minutes, take a quick breather, leave you with the drone shots. We'll be back with some commentary in a couple of minutes' time. Right, welcome back to live coverage of the Brian Green Property Group New Zealand Rally Championship. The final stage about to get underway. See the Zero car going past us at our vantage point. So 2/3 of the way through this near 17k long stage. I tell you, Hayden Padden is in the stage. So we are live. Final test. Andy Martin, it comes down to a battle between the championship contenders and two brothers in particular. They're going to play a big storyline out in front of us over the next 20 minutes or so. It's Jack Hawkswood in control of the rally by 30-odd seconds, but the battle between championship leader Jack Stokes in third place and his brother Robbie Stokes in second place, just 12.9 seconds. Team orders surely have to come into play here. Robbie's out of the title equation. Jack's in a ding-dong battle with Hawkswood. Surely they pull the trigger on this.
Yeah, you'd think so. I mean, Jack Hawkswood looking fantastic with 30 seconds on Robbie, and then 13 seconds from Robbie back to Jack. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens, whether they slow down at the end of the stage or decide to check in a little bit later to time control. Who knows? But you'd think family orders will come out to play, and the sensible thing, since Jack's sort of punching for the championship, every point counts, right, at the end of the day.
Absolutely. Look, Robbie's a competitor. He will want to get a good result. He deserves a great result. He's had a great day today. But he's also tight with his brother. He's made it very clear that if he can't win the championship, he wants to see his brother do that. And here's a way that he can help. And there is our position at the live stream. All will play out over the next little while. Not too far away from seeing Hayden Padden in action. The all-comers rally leader and very much in control of that scenario.
Yeah, the other thing too is there's only 20 seconds back to Quentin Palmer from from Jack, so they can't I think slow the horse down too much.
It's a delicate proposition trying to manufacture that on this stage. I think the smarter play, if we're going to see team orders, will come after the stage is completed and checking into that final service late. I think it's 10 seconds penalty for every minute you're late. At the moment, 12.9 seconds. They could afford to maybe be 2 minutes late, drop 20 seconds, still maintain that advantage over Quentin Palmer. But
should be interesting to see how she plays out. Another bit of useful information. Fastest speed through this stage, Budgie, is set by Toddy Borden in his legendary Evo 6 at 190 k's per hour. So, there's some fast bits on this stage, and obviously a lot of twisty stuff, a lot of gravel. There's a lot going on, so all these boys will be focusing hard and just wanting to give it their all on the last stage.
Absolutely. There are the current results, or the standings as we see it. As we say, it's Jack Hawkswood about to, if he can navigate these 17Ks, pick up his second rally win of the year and really tighten the screws in this championship battle. Robbie Stokes holding down second, 30.6 seconds adrift, and then Jack Stokes, as we say, 43.5 behind the rally leader. Quentin Palmer fourth. Grant Blackberry, another great drive to be fifth. And then the two Toyota GR Yaris Rally Cup cars, Toby Price, Will Benzies. Pretty happy with that debut. They've had a few little gremlins this afternoon that he's been battling, but they can bring that car home in seventh and back up Toby's result. That is going to be a pretty happy camp, I imagine, at the Force Motorsport crew tonight.
Yeah, good to see Jackson up there in the top 10 as well. Ben Harding having a great day. We hear he might have a bit of farm fencing to do on Monday. It sounds like he rubbed a fence but got away with it. So good to see him there, and what a drive from Josh Silcock. Great pace today, looking like a top 10 finish. Absolutely fantastic, and I'm sure his father, out of everyone, will be super proud to see Josh pulling off a top 10. Fantastic.
Absolutely. It's going to be a good discussion amongst the group. The MRF drive of the rally. There's a fair few contenders. You mentioned a few of them there. There are our partners that make this all possible. The NZRC crew, thanks to Brian Green Property Group New Zealand Rally Championship. They are the naming right partners. MRF Control Tyre, Omega Rental Cars, Cream Insurance, Elevate Digital Assist. Anita doing the job on the socials. To say previously in the stream, if you do have a question or a comment you want us to look over, feel free to chuck it in the Facebook comments section, and we'll try and get Anita to pass on any key ones to us. And for this rally, awesome to have Lucas Ramsey Contracting as well, giving us the aerial shots from the drone. And they are so spectacular. There they are. Look at that.
Yeah, they don't get better than this stage, do they? I mean, we can see a lot of road, and here comes Hayden. Beautiful to watch.
WRC star Hayden Padden, another flawless drive. Be heading off tonight, catching the flight out of here.
Paraguay, here we come.
WRC next weekend.
With his top fan, Jeffrey Ward, in tow.
Nice.
Hopefully Wardy behaves himself in Paraguay, but no, Hayden also, I should say, has a good crew following him around the world, performing at the top of the sport, so fabulous to see.
Yeah, man, he spends a lot of time travelling, doesn't he?
He doesn't mind a plane, does HP, and he's sort of...
You're not flying direct to Paraguay, Asuncion. I don't think it's Auckland to Asuncion direct.
No.
Stop off in Chile or somewhere, Argentina maybe.
He's worked out how to deal with jet lag pretty well by now, so yeah, good to watch. So we look forward to seeing the R5s punching through after Hayden. So
it'll be Jack Stokes, championship leader, with some work to do. Currently third in the Hawke's Bay Rally results. Here he is
now.
Traffic Safe New Zealand Hawke's Bay Rally. Jack Stokes, championship leader. He'll leave here, assuming he can safely navigate to the finish. He will leave with the title advantage. He'll still lead the championship, no matter what happens here, assuming he can get to the end.
Pretty tidy lines here, Jack, haven't he? He's just keeping it tidy and not too flamboyant, just doing the job that he needs to do. Had an outstanding year thus far as Jack. Hell of a nice young fella, and he's certainly a bright star, that boy.
First time on these roads, hasn't done a lot of driving on the real twisty stuff, so another really good performance when you think about it. Like we're sort of talking about it being an off rally from, shows how immaculate he has been through this championship to this point. 2 rally wins already under his belt.
Yeah, well, I mean, with the Stokes season, Jacko, here he comes. Jack Hawkesville, they've just been blow for blow, haven't they, all year? And good to see Jack having a turn at the front here, driving beautifully. Hasn't done a thing wrong all day.
Virtual equipment, Toyota Yaris Rally 2 car. It's already had a rally win. Took out One Star Rally Canterbury earlier this year. First win for the car.
Oh, beautiful. Throwing it in round there.
Certainly doesn't look like he's backed it off too much.
No, he's on it.
What a championship battle we have. If this remains over the last few kilometres, there's going to be at most a handful of points between these two young stars as we head to the penultimate round at Rally Whangarei in a few weeks' time. Championship is well set up. So all eyes will be on this next competitor. I think this is the key man in terms of... Oh, he is not backing off Robbie Stokes.
He's on it. He certainly hasn't been told to back off, is he? He's on it.
I don't think we'll see Robbie back it off until, if he has to, the absolute last minute, and that's even if he has to.
He's on. Really flamboyant driver is Robbie. He's a hell of a good peddler, and had a little bit of bad luck at the start of the year, but he's pretty to watch.
Yeah, it's really good to see him put in a good result here. Do the confidence a world of good.
Yeah, he's on, Budgie. He's having a real go.
Yeah, undeniable talent. But for some misfortune early in the championship, it could have been a 3-way battle. And I imagine he's going to have a fair say on what happens between now and the time we crown our champion at Rally Bay of Plenty in a couple of months' time.
Look at those shots.
Beautiful shots, all right. Yeah, massive thanks, as I say, to Lucas Ramsey Contracting for getting on board and providing the drone footage for this event. As we see Quentin Palmer, another outstanding drive from Quentin Palmer. Skoda Fabia Rally 2 car. For a second consecutive 4th place finish. He's ready to pounce if any of these top 3 make a mistake or get a bit too cute with any of their timings.
He hasn't backed it off either. He's looking good through there. It's Quentin getting better and better with his car. Ex-Rana Horan car, very, very good car, and being driven very, very well by Quentin. He's just getting quicker and quicker.
He certainly is. He's up on both jacks to the 5k split. So Quentin Palmer quickest to the jacks.
There you go. Nice work.
He's down on Robbie. Robbie is the quickest so far.
He certainly looked the quickest, didn't he?
He did, yep. 1.6 seconds over Quentin Palmer at the 5k split. So still early days. We're obviously a little bit further through the field, through the stage at the point we're at. So we'll get those split times shortly. So we should see Zeal Jones next. Disappointing we lost Richard Mason, former champion. Multiple champion.
Zeal would have to be happy with the day. Just some good solid times and driving brilliantly like he always does, and gives it his 150. Here he comes in the older model Subaru.
Boy, it'd be great to see him in a new generation car next year. Talent to maybe take it to some of these guys at the front of the field, as we see. Just a little bit rough there.
Get it in there, boy. Nice work.
Another man coming on a charge is Grant Blackberry, who we'll see shortly. Just 4.8 seconds down on Robbie Stokes at that first split.
Yeah, it's a great effort. It's hard to say things when I'm watching this this drone, Budgie. It's such a good shot down that hill.
So the leading cars will be getting to the end of the stage. We'll give you some times very shortly, as soon as I get them.
Here comes Grunter. Hard up it. Bit of something hanging off the back, bit in a guard or something. He's obviously been rubbing some banks and still having a red hot crack at it even in the last stage. So good to watch. Always a committed driver as Grunter.
So no completed times just yet. It was Hayden Padden 11 minutes 36.3 the first pass here. Jack Hawkswood 0.2 of a second up on Robbie Stokes at the 10k mark.
It's on.
There is nothing between these top three, top four if you include Palmer, and even Blackberry knocking on the door as well. We will stay with this. Jack Stokes 6 seconds down on Jack Hawkswood at that same marker. So as it has been through the day, it's Hawkswood over Robbie Stokes, and Jack Stokes a peg back.
He's been consistent all day, Jack, isn't he?
Yep.
Hasn't put a foot wrong. Here comes Toby Price. Beautiful GR Yaris. Done a great job building these cars. They'll get more developed as I get out. Yeah, a few more kilometres in them.
There's people thinking about the idea. Now might be the time to place the call. Starting to showcase the talents Force Motorsport crew. So Quentin Palmer 4.6 seconds down on Hawkswood at that point. So he's up on Jack Stokes though.
It's great to see Ben Hunt in one of these in the last event too, wasn't it?
Was,
Our
yeah.
former national champion. Well, Benny was given it a good red hot go.
Right, I have a time. Jack Stokes 11:47.2. So we'll keep all eyes on the next couple of cars. It'll be Hawkswood about a minute from now, and then Robbie Stokes. We'll see if there has been any situational change at the back end of the stage.
We should see Will Menzies next. Hopefully they've sorted out that little gear changing issue, if it wasn't a big fix, but we should be seeing him.
I think we might see Josh Keeley next. Yep. Yeah, they're just running a little bit out of order. Not out of order, but out of...
Josh is trying. They're all having a go on this last stage. It's good to watch.
Yeah, fair push. It's Menzies next. It was this area that caught us out the first time round.
Sound great, these H6s. I know they're a hell of a good car.
Oh, and they've done an awesome job with that little sort of sub-series. The Smith boys have done a fantastic job promoting it. It's a popular class.
And building the cars.
There's more and more of them coming. So we will hear very quickly from Jack Stokes at the end of the stage.
Good result today, mate. You're sitting third at the moment. Fantastic result. Happy with today?
Oh, you're never happy when you're not winning, but no, I think we'll take what we got. I think credit to Jackie.
So Will Menzies now, second to the Toyota Yaris GR Rally Cup cars.
I guess we'll just have to work harder and come back firing on the race.
Thanks, mate. Legendary.
Banging and popping. Getting the hang of that car.
Right, time through. Robbie Stokes, the fastest of the cars to complete the stage. So if there are team orders, they will come at the final service. Robbie Stokes quickest through, 5.7 seconds faster than Jack Hawkswood. and 10.7 seconds faster than his brother Jack Stokes. So what does that do in terms of the overall positioning? Jack Hawkswood by 24.9 seconds ahead of Robbie Stokes. Jack Stokes a further 23.6 seconds back in third. Now that could complicate matters because it's dropped beyond the 20-second mark. We'll wait for Quentin Palmer's time to come through. That could make it a little more difficult to try and play team tactics as we see Julian Longley on screen.
Good to see all those boys finish though. You know, it's hard work when it's such a close battle, but Jack Hawkswood, what a runaway win, you know. You got to say, well deserved, well driven, fantastic, and it closes the point gap at the front there. So
certainly does. Quentin Palmer second quickest, completing the stage, 1.3 seconds behind Robbie Stokes. So what does that do in terms of the overall scenario? There's 11.2 seconds between Quentin Palmer and Jack Stokes. So if Robbie is going to hand, let me just do some quick math here. Yes, he could be 3 minutes late. Check in 3 minutes late to the service. He'd get a 30-second time penalty, which would drop him behind his brother, but keep him in front of Quentin Palmer. So that is the equation.
Doesn't get closer than that, does it?
The Stokes boys, Bonner, and the Stokes Motorsport crew want to play some team tactics. And look, absolutely, if they were to do that, I don't think anyone would begrudge them.
Absolutely not.
You're in it to win this thing, and you know.
See Jackson Clennon come through. Great peddler, had a hell of a good day. Top 10 result.
Yeah, he's reminded everyone of that talent. He certainly possesses. Looking forward to seeing what he will do over probably the rest of this season, but certainly looking ahead to next season as well. Some young talent coming through, isn't there?
Yeah, it's good to see, and some of those guys that sort of, you know, jump out of the rallying and go and sort their careers out and then come back into it. I mean, that's a smart thing to do. If you've got talent, you generally always got talent. So he's certainly proven that. And you know, Richard Mason, the old multiple national champion, once again jumping back in an older version car and having a hell of a good run at the front of the field. So yeah, always good to see.
Right, so we should see Dean Bewis next. Here it comes. There it is.
Listen to that sound of that BDA. Imagine if BB was here and he could hear it. Special.
Jeez, you're giving him 2 mentions now.
Yeah.
He's on the drive back. He probably won't even be watching. He's on the drive back to Napier that didn't finish.
Dean, always pretty to watch. The master and a BD. Need to get his old sparring partner Regan Ross back in his car to have a good spar off with Dean, but hasn't been Harding been impressive this year, just getting better and better, and obviously today looking like he's going to take out the win in the Classics, and well deserved.
Yeah, that's awesome. It'll be a richly deserved results for the Hardings. Locals getting a result. If they can bring it home in this final stage. So another of these talented youngsters due through next. Josh Silcock, another that we talk about as a potential MRF driver of the rally. NZRC.
I saw some in-car of Josh down south, and he certainly doesn't lack brave pulls, this fella. He's obviously natural talent. His father John, he's got a rich history in the sport and some great success. I remember watching him in his old RX3 going up Ashley Forest back in the day, and yeah, Josh having a fantastic day.
He got a well played from Blair Bartels too, by the way. So BB is watching. Right, let's go to the end of stage though. Jack Hawkswood, a rally winner potentially. About to talk to Timmy Smith.
NZRC win for the weekend. How good's that?
Yeah, no, it's fantastic, hey? It's pretty much all we wanted to do when we came here this weekend. Yeah, no, it's just awesome. It's a bit of a bugger that we got to miss out on some more cool roads, but hey, that's just sometimes that's just the way it goes, and I think the organisers have done their very best to string back together a rally for us. But yeah, overall I'm wrapped, absolutely wrapped.
You're going to take this sort of force back to Whangarei next in a couple of weeks?
Absolutely.
Sweet, mate.
Very happy Jack Hawkswood, who we'll head off to Whangarei.
I reckon we'll see a bigger smile tonight after a couple of tubes, and that he's pretty composed here, Jacko and Jace. They're a great crew. Jace, very, very experienced navigator, so those boys just gelling beautifully, and yeah, fabulous. Well done. Congratulations to Jack and Jace and the team.
So Charlie Evans there on the drone shots. Now, if I do the math correctly, I think if it stands, 1 point the difference between Jack Stokes and Jack Hawkeswood heading to Whangarei. 1 championship point. If the team tactics come into play, I think we'll see Jack Hawkeswood's drop back to 3 points behind Jack Stokes.
Couldn't script it better, could you? I'm just looking at Ben's car to see if I can see any number 8 wire hanging off the back of it after his little foray that we may have heard someone say that he rubbed some fences, but no, he's driving that car well, isn't he? Look at it.
Beautifully done.
Clinky will be envious watching it, I'd say. He'd be itching to get his beautiful RX-7 out. And him and Regan and Dean, those three men, they've had some great battles in the day, so good to see Ben Harding shuffling along a nice Group B RX-7, and well deserved.
It'll be a
today.
Popular class win tonight, I imagine, for them to win on home roads. Had some misfortune. Spoke to him during the week. Wasn't able to compete the last time they were here with COVID at the wrong possible time. So pretty stoked to have the NZRC visit his local region and be able to put his best foot forward and claim what would be a breakthrough maiden class win.
Good father and daughter team. Fantastic stuff.
So no Brent Taylor. Dave Strong should be next by my calculations. And I don't think we're going to see Chris Ramsey, unfortunately. Who did a bit of damage to his car. First pass.
Here comes Dave. Cleaning up his class today. Great drive.
Yeah, a little bit of a lonesome old drive for Dave.
Yep. Put the points in the bag though, right? So
and look, he was so good at doing that last year to a class win. He's got a bit more of a battle on his hands this year, but this will help. This will improve the situation. Don't ask me to do the math on the run here. It's a little bit beyond me.
Good to see Ari out with a Porsche in the next round, hopefully in the North Island, and see how those things should really be driven. I'm still learning, but Ari's showing the way, and fantastic peddler and beautiful car. So it's always good to see when you have a few cars in the class, but you know, it's not always the way that you can have a massive field, so it's good to see these guys representing today.
And we'll see you back at Whangarei, won't we, in the Escort?
We'll be in the Escort, yep. Birdie will be putting a new engine into that next week, so can't wait, it'll be fun.
Daniel Haynes now, speaking of Escorts, spectacular blue rims. He's another driver that has some ties to this region. His formative years down this way. They have plenty these days.
Nice and tidy doing the job through there is Dan. Good to see.
And we'll head back to the end of the stage. We'll hear from Robbie Stokes after an impressive performance on the final stage.
Robbie, great result, mate. You're sitting second in NZRC, which is fantastic for the weekend. Awesome result.
Yeah, no, really happy. I don't know what happened in that first stage. We just didn't have the rhythm, but the rest of them were great fun. It was a really tough day, like a lot of stop-start, almost like a rally sprint, but just different roads. But nonetheless, the car club, Hawke's Bay Car Club, did their best, and that's all we can ask for. And just really happy to get to the finish of another one.
Now the boys in the van are asking, is there any team orders with your brother with going into the last control?
What do you mean?
Like, are they going to do... is there any team orders in there?
I don't know.
It's tricky to ask.
I'll see what he's offering.
Copy.
Well answered.
The poker face, Robbie Stokes.
How good is it to see Robbie with a smile on his style like that? Like, hell of a good drive, and man, when he's on, he's pretty to watch, Robbie, and so good for him to have a good result today, and good, strong result. Drove beautifully, and he worked his way around that question quite well, Budgie.
He did, yeah. He'd make a politician. Chris Gracie on screen now. Another good drive from him in the all-comers field. I think he was top 10 overall when I last checked. But, well done, Timmy Smith too, asking the hard questions on debut. Timmy, he's done a good job.
Well, he's got the height and the size to ask those questions, isn't he?
He does, yeah.
He can get away with it. So
I'll happily take one for the team. You've got to ask the question.
You do, mate. That's what it's all about.
Look, it's good on Robbie doesn't have to answer it. He doesn't have to tell us what they're thinking, if they're thinking anything at all. It may be that they do nothing about it and happy to go to Whangarei and let the cards fall where they may.
Yeah, but no, great result for Stokes Motorsport, well deserved, and Jacko, nice top 3, and huge effort with Quinton in 4th there. So she's been a shortish rally, and as Jack Hawkswood said, the organisers, they've had it thrown at them for this event, but they've done a fantastic job, given what they've had to deal with road slippages and closures and so forth. So the good thing about this rally is that the stages are long, so you get the Ks in, and I'm sure everyone will go away having had a good event.
Oh, absolutely! Yeah, like massive hat tip to the organisers. They've had everything possible thrown at them, things that are outside of their control. You can only do your best with what you're given, and take my hat off to them. They have worked tirelessly to try and bring us what we have been able to achieve this weekend. And look, it's been an entertaining rally. Some fantastic roads. We've driven through a couple of stages. They are spectacular, and fingers crossed we can come back down here next year and have a little bit more luck on in terms of the weather and whatnot leading into the event.
And also Chris Grant's done a great job, hasn't he? Managing
Chris brought both of them.
Sort out the timing for us. So all credit to him as well.
So some more aerial shots as we get down to the last dozen or so competitors in the fields. Still some classes to be worked out.
How are those old boys, the old gold carters, doing at the end of the field at the end of that last stage, Budgie? Are they?
Pat Norris opened up quite a little lead.
Okay.
It's around about 10 seconds or thereabouts, give or take.
Right.
So still plenty to play for. Not done by any stretch of the imagination, but Pat Norris certainly taking control of the rally on this first pass through the stage. Maybe it's a little bit different with the roads swept a bit cleaner. Probably were pretty clean the first time round for these guys.
They were, yeah. It's who's got the puff at the end of the day too, isn't it?
Roger Mackay.
Roger's had a nice, good, tidy day, and he'll get a good result in his class. Yeah, there you go, boy. Pulling some numbers through there, Rog. Good to see. That's how they should be driven.
He's another one that might factor into RF drive of the rally in the discussion. It'd be a good discussion.
It would be a great discussion.
I'm guessing there's a bit of that going on now with the contingent of the crew that are heading back towards Napier. We throw our 2 cents worth once we get on the road, maybe.
Yeah, always good to have a good clean rally though, right? And a good solid result. So
very encouraging for Roger and his team.
Dean and Roger will be happy with their day. We must be getting down towards the end, Budgie.
We've got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, might be about 7 or 8 more cars.
7 or 8.
Phil Macquarie still to come. He should be through next. He's had to overcome a little bit today. Battle through some less than fortunate circumstances for him, but had the answer, which was the most important thing. And I'm sure the beer will taste sweet at the end of the event for those guys.
Yeah, good for those boys to. Always good to have to hustle on and earn your stripes, and he's had to do it the hard way today. But good solid drive by Phil and Brooksy.
And still charging hard now too. It's not like they've been happy to settle for a result and just bring the thing home. They're still pushing on.
Well, good to see the wheels are still on the car too, because Gavin Feast was servicing with them today. So old Feasty, obviously a good job from him. But no, good to see Phil having another good solid result, having missed the last round and choosing to miss the last round. So.
Right. I think it was Clint Clooney next. As photographers,
they've put the weather on.
They flagged it, have they? They were very polite. They were making sure they weren't in the road of our shot.
Yeah.
Which was very nice of them.
And we've got to thank the Hawke's Bay region for putting this weather on, Budgie.
Yeah,
what
man.
a day.
Yeah, right on cue.
The Volt boys, they've done a fantastic job. Beautiful drone footage. This stage in particular, I mean, it just, you see those cars heading off down the hill. It's pretty to watch. Hopefully Greenie's at home watching the feed today.
Yeah, massive shout out, Greenie. Thanks for your ongoing support of the championship. Hope to see you back competing in the near future.
Absolutely.
A legend of the sport. He loves the live stream. BB's been sending him the link each time.
Fantastic.
So These spectacular drone shots. I think we might have lost one or two of our competitors since the first pass through here. It was Rodney James, Elliot Miller. They were supposed to be in this sort of area. Clint Clooney in the... So yeah, that is Clint, I think.
I was going to say there's a bit of a gap there, so we might have had a bit of an issue. Beautiful 240 RS. They're a good looking rig, these things. Having a good day.
Hopefully Chris Sport, I'm sure they will be on to the chickens as we'll head to end of stage and hear from Quentin Palmer. He should be very pleased with his day's work.
Quentin, fantastic result for the weekend, mate. I mean, home roads. I mean, North Island roads, should I say?
Not home roads.
Yeah, or North Island roads. It's anything over the Cook Strait. It's your home roads, mate. So, yeah, how have you feel?
Yeah, good. Yeah, I love that last stage. That was awesome. We had a good little bit of a play push in there. So, yeah, good result. Big thanks to the team and Michael, and yeah, awesome day.
Thanks, mate. Legendary. Keep it up.
So Quentin Palmer there. Yep, very much back on somewhat familiar territory. We see Elliot Miller, Evo 3.
Beautifully prepared car, that Evo 3. It's it was a good looking jigger. It's always nice to do. We've had a fair range of cars in this rally. I've got to say, there's you don't see too many Peugeots out there these days, and it's good to see some of the old Evos as well. So quite the selection.
And big thanks to our partners one more time. Brian Green Property Group, New Zealand Rally Championship sponsor, main sponsor. MRF, the Control Tyre, Omega Rental Cars, getting us all around the country this year, doing a great job. Cream Insurance, making sure that when Carl Fenn's driving one, we're covered. Elevate Digital Assist to Nita doing all the work on the socials. Massive thanks to her. And as we have done throughout, Lucas Ramsey Contracting, doing sterling work, giving us drone footage as we see the Peugeot. Jonathan Lee in the 309. We'll head back to the end of stage. Hear from a couple of the Toyota GA Yaris Rally Cup cars and Toby Price to start with.
Tobes, all done for the weekend, mate?
Yeah, all done for the weekend. Yeah, just getting warmed up. But all in all, it's been a good fun rally. So, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, that's not the end of it. We'll be able to come back next year. So, the car's done an amazing job. All the boys at Force did a really good job with the car. And, yeah, it's just trying to get our head around it again. But, yeah, all in all, me and Benny had some fun. And we brought it back in kind of the same shape. But, yeah, other than that, yeah, it was a good fun weekend. So, yeah, thanks for having us, and we're excited to come back.
It's a rental. Don't be gentle.
Exactly.
Cheers. Timmy with the funnies.
Timmy with the rentals. Old Tobes, he's a master of all, isn't he? He's good in anything with a motor. He's obviously had a fantastic day, and he's really enjoying driving these GA Yaris's. So, yeah, good to see.
Let's go back to end of stage, and we'll hear from the second of those GR Yaris Rally Cup cars. And here's Will Menzies talking to Timmy Smith.
Well, great result this weekend, mate. The car's still straight. What a good, absolute fantastic result.
I figured it out.
What's that?
The driver was the problem. It always is.
I'll never blame the driver.
You can't blame your machinery. Control myself. No, Mintaz happy, so yeah. Onwards and upwards from here, eh?
You going to be at Whangarei, eh?
Never say never, but I'm thinking about it plenty.
Nice work, mate. We'll see you there.
There we go. Little sneaky suggestion. We might see that car at least at Bay of Plenty, if not at Whangarei beforehand.
Good to see Will have a nice clean run in his first drive in that car, and he'll be over the moon, and he'll only get better and better with more seat time.
So Andrew Tressida there, RX7. You'll see Steve Tressida in just a moment. And I think we might have Ian Bell, Pat Norris and Mike Cameron to go. Tim Smith's done a good job. Probably just need to realise that if he's going to talk mid-sentence, he needs to have the microphone in front of him.
He's done a great job, Timmy. I did enjoy his question with Dean Bewis, asking him how he enjoyed recce.
Yeah, good.
As we know, Dean doesn't do recce, so...
he's going to play me out of a job, is what he's going to do.
Chopper having a nice little scenic flight around.
They're just dropping in the Uber Eats for us, I think, aren't they?
Oh, cold tubes would be better than Uber Eats right now, Budgie, you've got to say.
You can get those on Uber Eats, can't you?
Yeah, I think you can these days.
Right, Steve Tressida now.
It's a little Mark Winnie score. Yeah, they're having fun doing skids. Good to see.
What's going on there between the two Tressidas? NZRC results here. I think that's going to help me.
Oh, he decided to leave that corner a little bit late, but it all worked out in the end. What a cool bit of road down there.
You're going to drive out that way?
Excellent.
Quickest way back to Napier.
Look at that. Very, very cool.
Enjoyed being chauffeur today. Outstanding.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
I enjoyed the jam pikelets, mate. Bit of backfire there for the old MR2.
Now, that is definitely out of order. So that is Talkington.
So would have been good for Jeff to get back in the car. I don't think he's been in a rally, national rally for a while. So
no, you usually see him at Whangarei.
Yep.
Probably been this part of a year since we last seen him in the national championship. So it should be Ian Bell on the Corolla next, Pat Norris, and then Mike Cameron.
It's always good to see some of these cars that used to compete in the championship being dragged out of the sheds, and more the merrier. More the merrier. All you boys that are sitting at home looking at this, enjoying the rides. Be good to see you at Whangarei or Bay of Plenty.
Absolutely. Some awesome roads at Whangarei. Can't wait to get back up there in a few weeks' time. It's one of those iconic stages from the Kuiper Way. Stages that we used at WRC in the 90s and early 2000s. Now, speaking of watching, I don't know if Chris Grant is watching or listening to the live stream. If you are, Chris, what time would those leading cars be checking into service?
You've been on that one all day, haven't you, mate?
I want to know how that's going to go, because that will confirm our podium.
Watch this space.
Yeah, we might.
So I think we've only got
two or three more minutes left on here.
2 or 3 cars to go.
I'm hearing that Pat is up on Mike at the 5k split by about 6.4 seconds. So Pat looking like he'll take a class win unless something goes astray here. Here's Ian Bell.
Always good to see a DX Corolla out there. Fantastic cars. Very similar to an Escort with the same sort of footprint. They always do a good job. Fewer and fewer of those floating around the countryside.
So 2 cars remain. They are our championship contenders, Pat Norris and Mike Cameron. Still a little bit to play for. Pat, one hand very much on that class result. Leading cars passing through Tidder. So we're a little ways away. I don't think we're going to have that answer for you before we sign off. So something to keep an eye on the socials as we see Pat Norris. He'll be pretty happy if he can get this to the end of the stage. Not leading the class, second in the class. This ding-dong battle between the two. It's gone on all rally to be back and forth. This is for step number 2 on the podium, and Pat is getting close to it.
So Mike's had a bit more horsepower in his right foot today, isn't he? So it'd be interesting to see if he's enjoyed that.
I think he found it. I spoke to him at stage 1. Obviously, that stage got stopped. He lost that time, but he was on it to the point where we were live streaming. And so when we spoke to him there, he said he was a new sensation. Wheel spinning in 3rd gear.
It would have to have at least 2 to 3 times the power, probably 3, I'd say. So it'd be quite the different experience as we wind down.
So just confirming, it'll be Phil Macquarie that wins Cat 4, the historic class. Pat Norris looking like he will take out second place. And should be this man we'll see very shortly. There he is, Mike Cameron, holding down third. Maybe waiting to pounce if something happens to Pat between now and the finish. Probably enjoyed the longer legs of that car maybe on the opening stage for a few more straights, a little bit more high speed.
Yeah.
The wider's good in the tighter stuff.
Yeah, certainly have some boogie though, so good to see those boys having a fight. It's always good to see people having fights within the class and classes in the classes, so it's been a good day of rallying, Budgie, I'd say.
It has been, mate. Thank you very much for your expertise across the day. It's been great to have you in here, getting your thoughts, and best of luck, mate, in the lead up to Whangarei. Looking forward to seeing you back in the behind the driver's wheel as well. Thanks to the Volt TV crew, much appreciated. You guys have done a great job, and thanks for your company. Hope you've enjoyed our coverage. We'll do it all again in a few weeks' time when we head to the International Rally of Whangarei. In the meantime, check out the socials. We'll have all the reaction. We'll confirm those results. Is it going to remain Robbie in front of Jack? Jack Hawkswood taking out the rally win. All of that to be confirmed in the coming hour or so. Big thanks to those partners on screen. Brian Green Property Group, the naming right partner of our championship. MRF, the Control Tyre, Omega Rental Cars, Cream Insurance, Elevate Digital Assist, and Lucas Ramsey Contracting. Until Whangarei, take care. We'll see you next time.
You want to rent a car from someone who'll see you right. So here's a few reasons to put Omega Rental Cars top of your list. Do we have a modern fleet, all fully checked and ready to roll?
Yes, we do.
Do we offer keen prices, unlimited Ks, and free additional drivers?
Yes, you do.
And do we support New Zealand motorsport because we love cars? And maybe to look a bit flash.
Yes, you do.
There you go. Omega Rental Cars, your upfront and honest car rental company. Let's